Hey y'all, Daniel Aaron here, your guide to vibrant living. And how many of you would be interested in increasing your productivity? Right now, sometimes a lot of what I share, what I teach, has to do with spirituality and how spirituality applies in the material world. And sometimes all of us in the material world really want to know not so much about meditation or mysticism. We want to know how to get stuff done, how to accomplish what we want, how to have more income, how to have more time. Can you relate? And so this is a bit of a shocker, this one, to tell you the truth. It was for me, because I am very good at being focused, and that's an important skill. We'll talk about that another time. And the value of yawning is truly astronomical. I have been personally obsessed with brain science, quantum mechanics, applying the cutting edge of scientific research these days, applying it not only to spirituality and meditation, applying it in our lives to create better and more meaningful lives. And I'm so excited about this one because it's off the charts beneficial to yawn, right? Crazy. How does it work? Why does it work? Because it's probably, it's debatable still, but probably the single fastest way to create relaxation. Relaxation, Daniel, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get stuff done. I know. And relaxation has an instantaneous exponential benefit to our productivity. We think more clearly, we accomplish more. There's an inverse relationship between stress and productivity. The more stress we have, the more cortisol running through us, the lower goes our effectiveness and productivity. So, here's what I recommend, what I suggest is that you make yawning a regular part of your life. Right? Pretty much every mammal, first thing when they wake up, what do? Slow stretch. A big yawn. Why? Stretching will help relieve tension and pain. And the yawning, actually, quite literally, brain science has taught us now, increases dopamine in our brain. What does that mean? What does the release of dopamine mean? It brings us pleasure. And when we have more pleasure, we have more motivation, more drive, more ability to create in our lives. We work more effectively, and we're happier. And when we're happier, we work better, right? So not only that, when you wake up, take a moment and imagine your day. Yawn into it rather than just hurrying and getting into going, right? 2, in the midst of the workday, once or twice an hour, and I highly recommend you put a reminder. There are some great applications. In fact, I'll list them in the comments here that you can utilize to give yourself a reminder, because it's so easy to get in this vibration and forget to take a elevation break every now and then. So literally, like once or twice an hour, have a reminder or a bell that comes on where you take a breath and consciously yawn. Like 15 seconds, 30 seconds is all it takes to get powerful results. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, as I was, well, but one, yawning, I'm not tired, why would I be yawning? Well, and what are the benefits of yawning and how do I do it? One is, yes, for most of us, we have to get over a bit of the social stigma around it. Yawning is rude, it means I'm tired, it means I'm bored. Doesn't mean those things. It is contagious. Are you getting it? Are you yawning? Right? What's fascinating, one of the amazing things I learned recently about yawning is that it is something that many mammals do, pack animals do together to increase empathy. In fact, I know of one CEO who actually utilizes yawning at the beginning of board meetings, especially when there are contentious items or decisions that need to be made. Because again, one, dopamine released means we make better decisions. We make better decisions when we're relaxed as opposed to when we are stressed out. Are you with me? Does it make sense? Two, when we bond, and a lot of research is pointing that yawning is very bonding. Now I get my own theory as to why that is, because it's something that we tend to think of as intimate, as that we only share when we are relaxed. We connect empathetically when we are relaxed. Covering your mouth is okay, especially if you're on video. And of course, everybody knows that when we yawn, it increases oxygen flow to the brain. It increases cognitive abilities, right? Increases empathy, increases decision making. It feels good. It releases dopamine. So how do you do it? Especially if you're not feeling tired. Oh, another great benefit is the more we yawn throughout the day, and really the more the better. And these are real yawns, they're not accidental right now. I'll tell you about that in a minute. When we yawn, it actually helps reset our mind's clock, our body's clock, so it produces better sleep at night as well. Right? Do you need more benefits? So how do we yawn? Two things, right? If you don't feel tired, and we think of tired and yawning as going together, they don't have to, so separate them out. If you don't feel like yawning, then what you do is you fake it. Like literally, just open your mouth wide and take a big breath in. That's faking a yawn. If you do that repeatedly, 3, 4, 5 times, probably you'll get to real yawns. If you do that repeatedly and add a sound to it, like then very likely, exponentially more likely, you'll get to a series of real yawns. Last thing, bonus piece. I learned more than 20 years ago when I was first studying transformational breathing that if we insert some deep, fast breaths at the pinnacle of the yawn, right? Have you ever heard, I remember hearing this when I was a kid, when I was a young adult, that yawning has a chemical connection to orgasm, right? And you probably had the experience, right, where you yawn sometimes, it just feels so good. Well, that's the dopamine, right? And breathing increases sensation, increases awareness. So if at the top of the yawn you add some breaths like this, I don't know if you could really see it there. What I did is I took some extra breaths in right at the pinnacle of the yawn while my mouth was still open. Opens up our senses and increases the pleasure that is there inherent in the yawn. All right, so what did you learn? What do we got here? A host of benefits come from yawn, exponentially increasing our effectiveness and productivity might be the most motivating one for some of us. 2, we go beyond the social stigma and in fact use it as a way of socially bonding, getting together empathetically as a group, increases mental cognition, clarity, perceptivity, relaxes us, and it's something that's wise to do several times an hour throughout the day. When you wake up in the morning, once or twice an hour through your workday, and then as often as you can. Last time? All right, y'all. I hope that was helpful. I hope it was interesting. If you're interested in more like this, I'll also point the link down below, I invite you to join Vibrancy, our online membership where people just like you and me who are dedicated to vibrant living, who are upping their quality of life, who are transforming, get resources like this, get to connect, live calls, and a whole lot more. And I would love to see you there. So that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being dedicated to vibrant living. And I'll see you later.